happen with the sanctuary cities about Latin immigration without documentation?
What is going to happen about sanctuary cities? Well, we are fighting this issue quite hard. And one of the things that's important to recognize is that sanctuary city is not a legal term. It's a political term. And it was a political term that was designed by the right wing in order to get their base all riled up about communities that were giving sanctuary to people they didn't like. So when the Attorney General of the United States talks about sanctuary cities, it's a little bit offensive to me because he's using politically charged terminology to address an actual, real, legal problem. And where we are in Rhode Island, every single police department will honor a warrant if the federal government thinks that somebody's dangerous, and they go to court and they get a warrant in which they show what the Constitution requires, which is probable cause to believe that this person has committed an offense. Hello, Scott. Nice to see you. Representative Slater has arrived. Sorry I didn't see you earlier. And that's, I think every police department in the country does that. That's not news at all. So then you go, what if there's not a warrant? What do you do then? There are these things called the civil detainers that ICE puts out that they want states to enforce and municipalities to enforce. Well, here in Rhode Island, our federal court has said, you can't really do that. If your routine is to let a person off here, and you hold them past that point on a civil detainer, that's not supported by probable cause. That's not constitutional. You could be sued for detaining them when there is no warrant. And that's not just our federal court here in Rhode Island. That's the Court of Appeals for the First Circuit that covers Rhode Island and the whole region. So that's the law. So for the Attorney General of the United States to say, I'm going to punish sanctuary cities by taking away money, when his people haven't even gone and gotten the warrants that they say show that these people are dangerous. If they're so dangerous, get a damn warrant. And if they're not, stop bothering our law enforcement folks. They've got priorities that matter locally, and they can't be running down all of your errands for you, particularly when so many of these people aren't even dangerous by any stretch of the imagination. So we are pushing back and trying to force the Attorney General to discuss this in legal terms instead of in political terms. And by the way, that pressure caused him to withdraw the stupid rule about cutting the sanctuary cities, because they knew perfectly well that they could never defend that in court. It's one of the many things that Trump and the administration have done where they give him something to sign, and it makes him really happy that he signed something, and they put a picture, and it's a nice show for the afternoon, and everybody's happy because Trump leaves them alone for the day after he signs something. But the thing that he actually signed is meaningless, or it's stupid, or it's illegal. And so part of our job in the Senate is to make sure we're focusing on the areas where there's a real hazard, and it's not just him making a show for his base. And that's how we focus in on this issue, is to get the legal pieces right.